you think the Packers, if Jordan Love and the wide receivers start to get it together, they're a Super Bowl contender?
Why not? Why not? You know, I know a lot of people have written them off, but listen, this is what you need to have. This is what you need to have in the National Football League. And thanks for the call, Dylan. I'm now speaking to Packers fans. This is what you need to have, right? You need to have, to win a championship, you need to have a running game and a defense. Mm-hmm. Two things. Packers have a run game. They didn't play Josh Jacobs this week, I think because they wanted to, the same way Burrow didn't play on Sunday. They got 2 games in 5 days, and they got 6 more games to go, including the one in 5 days on Thanksgiving. It is a massive game against the Lions in Detroit. You can sweep Detroit and basically say to them, even though we got a tie in our record, we've now swept you. And they would go, at that point in time, 8-3-1. So you need to also have a great base of operations from which to make a run, correct? In order to be special. And we've seen teams go from, last spot in the wild card to winning it all. We've seen all of that. All you need to do is just to have a ticket. You also need to have a coach who knows how to win in these games. And I understand they haven't played in a Super Bowl. You say what you want about Matt LaFleur. Put up that stat board again about week 12 and beyond. 30-9, and the Bills are 29-9, and I know, Christopher, you are giving voice to a lot of people saying,
I see one
what
team
happens
with rings
in January? That's right. There's only one team with rings, and that's Mahomes. That's the difference here. The Bills have Allen, and the Packers have Jordan Love, who has now gone 3 out of 4 games struggling after having that 370 against Rodgers in Pittsburgh. Can Jordan Love put it together? Have we seen it before? You bet we have, and we've seen it start in Detroit on Thanksgiving. We've seen it. They went and they arrived earlier than expected with Jordan Love a couple years ago, and we're waiting to see how much further they can go with Josh Jacobs now. Last year, one and done in Philadelphia, no bueno. I understand that, but to sit here and say they're not Super Bowl contenders, I don't think you can say that. Micah is coming for you. Defensively, they've been lights out. It starts in Detroit on Thanksgiving. We've seen it before. And then Jordan Love took it all the way to the Final Four of a conference, getting bounced in the divisional round in San Francisco, where he made one of the worst throws of his entire second half of the season, unfortunately. It was poorly timed, but let's see what happens. Why not the Green Bay Packers? Absolutely, why not, indeed. Hour 3 coming up with Mark Schlereth. You look at Green Bay's road from here at Detroit. They play Chicago twice. They play the team that's right in front of them twice. It's that rival. We talked about Michigan, Ohio State. The Michigan, Ohio State of the National Football League is Green Bay and Chicago. 100%, with all due respect to New England and whomever. We're all New York centric. Northeast bias. Oh, it's got to be the Giants and the Cowboys, or the Cowboys against, I know the Cowboys aren't in the Northeast, but they play in the NFC East. It's got to be Philadelphia and all that. No. This is the rivalry. They visit Denver. They have Baltimore at home. It's going to be tough games. They're going to have to win tough games, but that's how you can show that you are Super Bowl worthy. And it's not a bad base of operations to start it from 7-3-1. And their losses are all 3-point losses. At Cleveland, home for Carolina, home for Philadelphia. I mean, it's not like they've been blown out. That Dallas tie that looked pretty piss poor in week 4 only looks better now. I know I'm giving you the glass half full, which our glasses of Jim Gaffigan bourbon no longer are. But, yeah, man.
I don't know. This feels like 9-7-1.
9-7-1 would be a disastrous
10
finish.
wins. 10 was at the most. It's a really hard schedule. Say they lose at Detroit. Tough game. Detroit looked pretty good coming back against the Giants. They split against Chicago at Denver. Really difficult. If Baltimore is as good as you think they are,
right.
That's a loss too. That's a 3-3 finish at best.
Right, which makes them, a 10-win team, which puts them in the playoffs, and we'll see what happens.
Last year, a 10-win Seattle team didn't make it. I mean, that tie might help them at that point, but they're looking at maybe the 7th seed at best here.
That's the worst case. What if they go 4-2?
That's right. That's 11. That's 11 wins.
I don't know. The way Jordan Love is playing, I'd be pretty shocked if they go 4-2 down the stretch.
Unless Jordan Love, like from a couple years ago, shows up and tells Detroit, it's our Thanksgiving Day. Hey, you made it all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Check us out every single day streaming live on Disney Plus and the ESPN app 12 to 3 Eastern.